I'm going to start off by doing my brows and my eyes first. It's just a habit that I have. I always prefer to do my eyes first. Just because if there's any fallout or anything like that, you can kind of like clean it all up before you apply a perfect base. Gosh Cosmetics have these really cool eyebrow pens. They're like eyebrow markers, but they don't really have a shade that suits me. So I'm going to go ahead and use my BareMineral's Brow Master Brow Gel in a colour called Universal Taupe, which is suitable for most people. Okay, so this is the brow product I use here. It's the BareMineral's Brow Master Brow Gel in Universal Taupe. And to apply that, I am going to use the Crownbrush C215 Stiff Brow Brush. So when I'm working with this product, I always apply to the back of my hand and work from there. But I also turn the pot upside down so no air gets in and dries it out while I'm using it. I always use a wand first as well before I go in with product to kind of just brush them up into shape. I haven't got my eyebrows done in years. I had one bad experience from a girl. She did them too thin and I think I was scarred for life and I swore I'd never get them done again. So anyways, just going in with my Crownbrush Stiff Brow Angled Application Brush. It's gonna be so boring without music, but oh well. So as you can see when I'm doing brows, I always start down here and move up to the highest point, and then I go up here and curve it right around. And then I go back down here and curve the bottom part around to meet the end in a point. Then what you do, well what I do, is kind of colour in the middle section of the brow just by going back and forth with some product. I always use cotton buds as well when I'm doing my brows. I look at the difference first of all between the two. But they come in handy if you want to like clean up your edges. Okay, so I did the other brow off camera because basically it was the same steps reiterated again. And I'm going to move on to my eye base and eyeshadow. Okay, so to conceal the eyes, I'm going to use the Gosh Cosmetics CCC stick, which is Contour, Cover and Conceal. And I'm going to use shade 003 Light. Let me just actually go to the website really quick and find out how much these cost. Okay, I just checked the website. They're $12.50 each and they come in so many different shades and they come in shimmer shades as well for highlighting. To blend it out, I'm going to use the Crownbrush C533 brush, which is fab. I'll show you now. Okay, so I'm just getting the stick. I'm applying it as close to the brows as possible. Okay, almost there. And then all over the lid. You can actually go right underneath with these as well. And I'm going to blend it out now using the C533 brush from Crown. I just checked the Crownbrush website really quickly there as well, and this brush is only $8.78. Like, I just can't understand how their brushes are so cheap but they're so good. If you want to get right in close to the brows, I would recommend using a flat-headed brush like this. It's the Crown C509. Like for example, I've just put a tiny bit of the CC stick on the end of this, but it gives you a really defined line. So the whole idea why you conceal the eye area is because you want to basically conceal any sort of colour or redness. Can you see the way this is really white compared? So once you have a really clean base, it will pick up the pigment of your eyeshadow much better and it will hold it in place longer. So what I need to do now is set that eye with a little bit of powder before I move on to the other eye, otherwise it will crease. So to set, I'm going to use the Gosh Cosmetics Prime and Set Primer and Mattifying Setting Powder, which is completely translucent in colour. And to set that, I'm going to use the Crownbrush C529, which is kind of like a precision powder brush, but it's really fluffy. So I'm basically just going to set the lid with gentle tapping or pressing motions. And then I always kind of brush back and forth just to kind of get the excess powder off then. Same with underneath, I've had to just lightly blend this concealer again because it creases so easily until you set it with powder. So again, back into my powder and lightly setting it. I wouldn't really worry too much about the underneath because it kind of comes off when you're applying shadow anyway and you have to redo it. Right, I'm gonna conceal and set the other eye now before I go in with my eyeshadow. These sticks are so handy. I wish I was like a master at cream contouring using sticks, but I'm just so set in my old ways and I just use powder contour. Okay, blending this one out again using the Crownbrush C533. Okay, and for a bit more definition under the brow, I'm going back in with the Crown C509 with a bit of the Gosh contour stick applied. And I'm just gonna go light blend again before I set with the powder. Same setting powder again, it's the Gosh Cosmetics Prime and Set with the Crown C529 Fluffy Blender. To answer a Snapchat question, the Gosh Prime and Set powder is $13.99. Ask me any questions you want as we go along, by the way, as well. But next up I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and this is my first time using this palette from Gosh Cosmetics. So this is the Eye Expression Back to Nature palette, and it has 4 shades and they literally look like cashmere to touch. It's $12.99 and it has like a shimmer shade here and 3 matte shades. So I'm going to go in first with this shade here, which is like a natural kind of taupey colour, and I'm going to put that right through the socket in the crease of the lid. And to apply that, I'm going to use the Crownbrush C511 brush. Okay, so away we go. This is my first time using this palette and I'm really excited about it. So just bring it right through the socket here and just apply little amounts and just keep reapplying if you want to go stronger. Opinion so far is that it's really pigmented. It's blending very well as well. You can see the difference between the both eyes. This one is way more defined. Okay, I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the other eye before I apply the darker colour. So start from the outside and work your way in. Really feeling this already. I'd say it's going to make an amazing look. Okay, now that I have the socket of both eyes done with that kind of taupey colour, I'm going to go in with a darker colour now on the outer corner. So I'm going to go in with this dark brown colour here with that weird line going through it. I don't know what it is. It's annoying me. I'm going to go in with the Crown C512 and give that one a shot. Okay, so when you're working with a brush like this, you literally want to get the product on the tip. You don't want to be like squashing it right down and having it all over the brush, literally. So what I'm going to do with this colour is literally apply it here, right in the corner and about halfway in. I'm actually going to go in with the C510 now and just plop this right here. I'm going to go back in with my C511 brush, which was the original fluffy blender brush I used, and blend that out. So there's no product on this, I'm literally just blending out the edges. So you can see that side is a little bit deeper now and more defined. I have a little bit of smoke going on, so I'm going to do the same on the other eye now. Okay, so both eyes are smoked right up. So what I'm going to do now is go in with the lighter colour right on the lid here. And for this, I'm going to use the Crown C510. And this is another clean one. I have 2. This is only €7.52. So that's why I have a couple of them. They're really handy. So I'm going to go in with this pink shimmer colour. Make sure I have loads of product on the brush and tap the excess off. And then I'm gonna do apply all over the lid. So my advice would be to sweep up into the socket like that. So you're getting a really nice defined line. And then to build pigment, press more shadow in like this. Okay, so to fix the outer part, go back in with your C510, which has the darker colour, and just go over it again. And then we're going to lightly go through the socket just to blend the edge of that pink into the taupe colour. I'm just going to do the same on the other eye now. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to repeat the same steps underneath here. I'm actually going to go in with the darker colour first, apply a really thin, precise line, and then blend it out with the lighter colour. For this, I'm going to use the Crownbrush C515, which looks like this. So going in with the darker colour first, and right along the lash line. Okay, I'm going to go back in with my Crown C511, which is my fluffy blender brush, and go for the lighter colour to blend out the dark one. Okay, I'm going to give my eyes a break for a few minutes because they're starting to get a little bit teary, so I'm going to move on to my base and do foundation, contour, highlight, etc. I'm going to try out a new primer today, which is the Gosh Velvet Touch Foundation Primer Anti-Wrinkle. So it says the perfect anti-wrinkle base for all makeup without preservatives and perfume. So I just checked online, it's $19.99. And basically it says it fills in deep pores and fine lines and achieves a uniform matte and silky soft surface. So there's an ingredient in it called Matrixyl 3000, which has been tested to boost collagen production, even out skin tone, and restore clarity, reduces the appearance of expression lines and deep furrows, and increases the skin's elasticity. How have I not used this yet? Oh my god, I never read it properly, but it sounds amazing. So to apply this, I'm going to use my flat-headed foundation brush from Crown. Okay, so here we go. Feels very silky and jellyish. Okay, so my skin feels like it hasn't absorbed properly yet, so I'm going to give it a few minutes before I apply foundation. Okay, so this is my holy grail product at the moment. I've been raving about this. It's the Gosh BB Cream. Now, usually I wouldn't be a massive fan of BB creams because I don't feel the coverage is sufficient, but these have blown all my expectations out of the water. I mean, I want to say the coverage is medium to full because I definitely don't need to use concealer as well as this. Of course, there's going to be somebody out there that might argue my point, but ever since I've used this, I've never once used concealer on top of this. So before I went on holidays, you'll remember I was using the 01 Sand, which is the lightest shade. But when I was on holidays, I was actually using the 02 Beige. I've been wearing tan pretty much every week since I came home from holidays, and what I've been kind of doing at the moment is mixing the two of them together. Now, they do have colour adaptation technology, which means that if your shade is a little bit off from your skin tone, it will adapt to your skin automatically. So they are essentially foundation, primer and moisturiser all in one BB creams with SPF 15. They're $13.99 each, and I mean, it's such good value for something that has such good coverage, that's so good for your skin. I'm going to show you the texture of them now in a minute. They're really rich and thick and creamy, but I've actually just been waffling for the last couple of minutes because I'm trying to let my primer dry in. So I'm kind of ready, I think, now to begin using this. Okay, it still feels a bit moist, like it hasn't dried matte, if you know what I mean. But it feels very velvety and soft. Okay, I'm gonna mix the O1 Sand and the O2 Beige, and I'm going to use this Crownbrush foundation brush. It's the C502. Look at that coverage. Can you believe this is just a BB cream? Like, I can't get over it. I love this foundation brush from Crown as well, by the way. It's the C502. Sephora have one as well, which is identical, but it's about double or triple the price, which is scandalous. Just gives you that real like airbrushed, perfectly blended finish, I find. Okay, one more little light application and then I'm gonna set with powder. Like, you guys seen that I had like some spots around my chin and stuff, and I just don't need to put concealer on. Always remember to bring your foundation over your ears and right down your neck as well. Okay, zero concealer. I mean, you could probably argue that I could do it a bit, but the less the better for me. So I'm gonna set again with the Gosh Cosmetics Prime and Set primer and mattifying setting powder in translucent. Two of my favourite powder brushes is this giant dome powder brush from Crown, which is the C518. Then I have a more tapered powder brush, which is the C499, and that's just good for getting in around the nose and under the eyes and stuff like that. Voila. Okay, going to do a bit of contour and highlight, and I'm going to use the Gosh Cosmetics Contour and Strobe Kit in 001 Light. They're $19.99 for 4 shades, and there's 2 colours available. This is the light, obviously, and then there's 002 medium. So there's 3 shimmer shades and 1 matte. This is obviously one I like to use for highlighting. This is a shimmer bronzer, and up here's a blush. I'm going to use for contouring is this little tapered brush here from Crown. It's the C530. So if you don't know where to contour with regards to your cheeks, suck in and feel where your bone actually goes in. So where that bone actually hollows is where you need to define. Always start from your ear as well, so there's like a continuation of a line. Like, you can't just have a line here and then a big white space here. And then to make your face look skinnier, contour your jawline to get rid of dull chins and what. Also contour around the hairline as well, and the temples. Okay, I'm nice and contoured now, and I'm using the same brush for applying highlighter on top of my cheekbones. So this is the highlighter from the Gosh Cosmetics Contour and Strobe Kit. Down the bridge of the nose. Little bit on my forehead. Okay, I literally have to finish off my eyes, so do mascara, apply lashes, and then lips, and I'm donezo. Okay, mascara of the moment is the Gosh Wonder Volume Mascara. I used to use a Gosh Cosmetics mascara for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. But they discontinued it and I was devastated, so it was recommended to me to try this one, and I have to say I'm fully converted now. I love it. So this is $12.99, and I'm going to show you the wand now, but it's really tiny, and I love tiny wands because they get all the little tiny hairs. So see how small the wand is, and it's one of those rubber ones as well. They're my favourite type of mascara wands to use.
Okay. So this mascara doesn't give you panda eyes either.
Just have to stick on lashes and do my lips, and then the look is complete. I think I'm gonna go with the SOSU luxury lashes in style Kendall again. I'm obviously gonna have to do these off camera, so I'll catch you back in a minute. Aren't them lashes just to die? Okay, the eyes are quite heavy, so for lips I'm gonna go for the Gosh Cosmetics Volume Lip Shine in shade Tea Rose. This smells kind of like baby powder as well. It's so delicious. And voila, that's my completed look. And the good thing about all the products bar the brow product is that they can be bought from pharmacies nationwide. So about 99% of the products used were Gosh Cosmetics, and you can buy them on gosh.ie and of course pharmacies nationwide. And then obviously the SOSU lashes, they're available all over the place in loads of pharmacies. And the Crownbrush brushes can be bought on crownbrush.ie.